Hello my loves and welcome back. This video is part 2 of a series about how to do introductions for your cat and how to bring a new cat into a home. So the first video talked about how to support your existing cats. If you haven't already watched that one and you haven't got your new cat yet, go back and check out that one. I'll pop a link below. So getting a new cat, yay, that's exciting. So one of the first things to say is when you bring the new cat home, have them in a separate space. Do not, under any circumstance, allow them to have free reign in your home, okay? There's 2 reasons for this. One, the existing cat will freak out, okay, which you don't want, and it will create a whole host of issues and problems for you later down the line. The second is that your new cat needs time to adjust. So I talked about that for the first video about your existing cat and the changes that they're going to go through. But this new cat, old or new, kitten or elderly cat, whatever it may be, their world has changed. They're in a different environment. And the best way that you can support them is to give them a small confined space. Now, by that, I mean like a spare room, okay? We set up baby Max in our extension, which is like probably like 2 single beds, maybe 3 single beds lengths. It's quite a big room. It's a room, basically. We had in one corner litter tray, the opposite corner food. We had a cat tree, scratching post, toys galore. It was like a fun zone, right? And he was little when he came home. But even when I brought Leo home when he was 1.5 years, we did the same thing, not in the extension, but downstairs in the spare room. So when you bring the cat home, give them a kind of like an enclosed space. It gives them chance to calm their nervous system, to adapt, to adjust. They're also getting used to the smell of your home. I'm not saying you've got a stinky house. What I'm saying is every home, every human, every being has their own unique smell. And the new cat needs to get used to that. Now, you may have a really cuddly cat. Maybe it's a cuddly new kitten. Great. They still will, on some level, need to adapt and adjust, okay? If you've got a middle-aged cat or an older cat that you're bringing home from like a rescue, they will definitely need this time. So we had Leo in his room, just the room, for a week, okay? Now, baby Max was in the extension for probably about 4 months. You know, it took us 6 months to do the introductions with the 2 of them. So you take a bit of... use a common sense approach, okay? And like I said in the first video, you go at the pace of the slowest adjusting cat. So you bring your new cat home, you've got them set up in a separate space. You go in there, you do reading, you do playing, you're on your phone, you know, you do whatever you can. You spend time with the new cat. And when you come out into the home, you go to your existing cat and you let them smell you. Sniff your hands, sniff your clothes, and don't rush it. Let them take their time because they are smelling the new cat. They are adapting to this new like interloper that's come into their space, into their territory, into their safety zone. So let them sniff and smell you. So you've got your new cat, they're set up, they're fine, they're safe. Now let's talk about the actual introductions, okay? So one of the first things to do, like I mentioned in the first video, is scent swapping. And you do this between the 2 cats. So I had a pair of socks. I had one for each cat. And you rub it along the side of the cat's face. Now, on the side of their face, they've got scent glands. They've also got them on their paws and other places in the body. But you basically put a sock on your hand and you just rub the cat, like all over, okay? Then you offer that sock to the other cat and you see what they do. Your existing cat may hiss. That's fine. Leave the sock on the floor, okay? The next time you do it, they may sniff, they may not hiss, okay? If that's the case, see if they'll let you stroke them. Do it at the top of their head, not the side of their face, but over their body, because then when they clean themselves, they will ingest the new cat scent. And that is all part of bonding. It's an essential part of bonding. When cats clean themselves, they're not just licking themselves clean, they are ingesting scent, which can either soothe or stress the cat itself. So you've got your socks, you do scent swapping, okay? As often as you can, as frequently as you can. You know, every hour, every day, like all the time, right? That is the foundations. Because you are basically saying like, you are safe. You can smell this thing and you are still safe, okay? Then you might want to migrate up to cat beds. If you do, brilliant. You basically, like I said, you're mingling the two scents from the big part of your home where your existing cat has been to this room where the new cat is. You're mingling the two, you're bringing the two together, okay? Now, the next part is called, oh my God, what is the next part called? Time sharing. So this is where you let the new cat have exposure to the current home. Now, what I would recommend is you have your existing cat out of the way. If you can put them outside, or if they're comfortable being shut in a room, then do that, but don't stress the existing cat too much. Let the new cat explore the home. Again, their scent will transfer as they're moving in and around the home. They'll rub against things. And this is again about mingling scent. The more you do the scent work, the deeper, the stronger, the heavier foundations you are setting for a happy home. I cannot stress this enough. If you skip this step, if you don't bother with this step, what I would say is good luck to you, because you may have weeing later down the line, or fights, or the cats attacking each other. You know, if you can get the scent swapping done and nailed, you're on to a good start. So you do time sharing. You let the cats explore different parts of the home. You might want to put the existing cat into the room that you've had the new cat in. And again, there is no like hard and fast rule book for this. It's not necessarily like every day or once a week. You've got to read the cats. You've got to go by them. Judge the situation on the existing cat. How are they doing? Are they having any problems eating? Are they a bit shut down? Are they a bit reserved? Then if that's the case, take it slower. Don't be in a rush to do this bit. I know you want to have a happy home. I know you want your cats to get on, but trust me, I've worked with so many people in the last 20 years where their cats are not getting on because they've not taken the time over introductions. They've not taken the time to set the foundations, and they're dealing with so many more behavior issues that are harder to crack and shift later down the line. So scent swapping, time sharing, and then the third step is positive interaction, positive experience. And this is where, you know, different behaviorists will talk about like feeding your cat either side of the door. Yep, great opportunity. It could be that you allow them to, like, if you've got a sliding door, you open it a little bit and they can nose touch and sniff each other, and then you close it down. When you're doing the actual integrations, the positive experience part, keep an eye on your existing cat. If they're hissing, if they're trying to bat and fight, stop doing it. Go back to scent swapping, do that for a few more days. Do the time sharing for a few more days. Your current cat will show you how well they are adapting, how well they are adjusting. So it's about, you know, creating those experiences. If you can feed them either side of a door, whether they can see each other or not is pretty much irrelevant. When you introduce food into the behaviour modification work, it can really help to anchor in things are safe, I am safe, to the cats. Okay, if like me, you've got an anxious cat like my boy Leo, I don't use food too often because he has instances of feline anorexia and goes off his food for days. So I use other things for him. I used like a raw egg, and I would put that in a dish and use it with him and baby Max, and I'd move them closer and closer together. But it's actual food, I didn't use food. So you can use treats, which is what the egg was. You can use playtime, you can use like a bit of ribbon, and if again you've got access to both of them, even through like a gate, you can play with one then play with the other. Lots of treats, lots of reinforcement, lots of positive reinforcement. So verbal praise, treats and things, you know, touching them. It's about saying to your cats like, you are safe. That is the bottom line, because if they are fearful, they're going to be aggressive, they're going to fight, they're going to react, they're going to hiss, swipe, bat, attack, whatever it may be. And once the cat starts to do that, it's really hard to bring them back from that, because they've already made that association in their head. This new cat, this new smell is bad. And to break that, you've got to do a lot of work, which is why I'm saying put in the foundations now. Take the time now. So scent swapping, time sharing, and then positive introductions. And again, don't rush it. Don't rush it. When you have a good one, celebrate it. And don't then try and do it like the next day or the next hour. Like, give the cat, don't forget your current cat, their nervous system is going to be like on a roller coaster, right? So they have a positive experience and they're feeling good, great. And then when they come back into their environment, they're going to feel more settled again. So their nervous system is on a bit of a roller coaster, and you've got to remember that that also needs supporting. So remember the herbs we talked about in video 1. Still have them down now, okay? have a second lockdown. So if the new cat may want to use it, you can always do that as well. So look, I've got so much more that I could share, but I think for now that is enough. So you're off to a good start if you do the scent swapping, the time sharing, and then the positive interactions, the positive experiences. Take your time, please don't rush it, and don't forget, go at the pace of the slowest adjusting cat, okay? So I hope this video has helped. Please come into the comments and let me know. I love to hear from the Naturally Cats community. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the videos, click the bell, click the button so that you get updates and you can help your cat with every video. See you soon, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.